In this segment, you will be introduced to charts, and these are charts created from data inside a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet we have before us has data in both rows, or horizontally, and data in columns, or vertically. We'll start with the data series in rows. The first thing we'll do is highlight the data that we have. This is the data that will turn into a chart. We'll go up to Insert, and we'll go over to the Chart section. Now we'll click on Column, and we'll click on the first one just to give you an idea. And what you see is that you've got data that corresponds to the values in the highlighted box: 1200, 1500, 1475, 1550, and 1600. Now you'll also notice that when I run my cursor over this, it changes from a plus to a plus with 4 arrows. That's the one, if I left click at this point, I can move it all around. I can also change the size of it at various spots. Here I can take it and have a arrows on 2 sides, and I can move it in by left clicking. It turns into a black plus, and I can move it around. Move it around, change the size. You have to watch you don't grab inside, because that changes the chart inside. Let me just undo that till we get back to where we were before. But if you grab the outside box, you can now move it around. Now the other thing you can do is you can change the chart itself. I can change it to a line. Only have one line, only one series. I can change it to a pie. I can change it to a horizontal bar, an area graph, a scatter graph. I'm not sure how that would work. There we go. Unconnected lines. But for right now, we'll go back to our simple chart. Now the other thing you can do is, if I come out here and I'm going to highlight it again, my data series, and at this point I'm going to hit F11. And lo and behold, what F11 does, it creates a separate spreadsheet. Remember, we're working in a workbook, so now we have another spreadsheet that's dedicated just to this chart. And you can see it's labeled down here, Chart. We happen to have done it once before, so Chart 1's already taken. So this is Chart 2. Your data from your spreadsheet is still in Sheet 1, and that's where we are here. Now I want to make another one. In fact, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to highlight this chart. I'm just going to hit delete, and it's gone. Very easy to make them and to delete them. I'm going to work now with one that I've already created. And you can see where I've highlighted the headings along with the data in my worksheet. And when I make a chart this time, what I did was I went to my insert, I clicked on column, and I went to the stacked chart. That's where I got this. Now the stacked chart and gives us some other things too. By clicking on the revenue, expenses, and profit, it gives you a legend that already has the profit, expenses, and revenue in here. We're going to work with this one just a little bit. We could spend hours working on these, but I just want to show you certain things. Under the chart tools, we now have a design section, a layout section, and a format section. In the design section, you've got all the chart layouts. You can change these things pretty much anywhere you want. You can select your data. You can do all the things you can do just by clicking your mouse at times too. So we'll go to Insert, Charts, and we've got the design, and we've got the layout, and we've got the format. So if we click on Layout right now, we're going to go to Chart Title, click on it, and right now we've got an X sitting on None. We do not have a chart title displayed. I'm going to click on Centered Overlay Title, and lo and behold, a chart title shows up. What you can do on this is you can actually go inside and edit this chart title and change it. You can do the same thing for axis titles, primary horizontal axis title. We'll put it below our current axis. We can do a vertical. And I want to do a rotated title. And you can spread these things out any way you want to also. If we go to more, I want to do an alignment, and I want to do a left middle. And hit close. Format axis title. I want to do an alignment. I did a left middle. Rotate text. We already rotated it. I want to do a left margin. Nope, can't do that. Scratch that area. We'll come back here. We'll make an axis title. We can come back and fill in later if we have time. We can, the legend looks alright the way it is. Data labels. Let's try inside and to top. Now I don't want all of these because it makes a really cluttered chart. But let me click on the revenue and get rid of it. Let me click on the expenses and get rid of it. But let me go to the profit. And I'm going to take the profit, and I can move it anywhere I want because I've got that cursor again. And I'm just going to move it beside the green area that shows, I want to highlight what this profit is. Because I want to show this chart to somebody and say, given these revenues, these are my profits. And you can also change the years down here. You can change the dollar signs. You can change the increments. You can put lines inside this thing. You can do pretty much anything you want inside a chart. This concludes the segment on Introduction to Charts.